in the water with this pointy oval. It's very simple to make lines and leaves. So I'll mix some of this Seagreen, which is very intense, with this Dr. Martin's concentrated watercolor blue. And I don't want to get it too intense. It's more like aqua green. And then add a little yellow and a little bit of the onyx. I might have to wash it off a little bit over here. Add it in there, just so the color isn't so concentrated. Keep adding, you know, get the color you want. I mean, right now I'm going to keep adding more yellow. Don't want it. And some more onyx. Okay, let's just try this color. So, see how it's pointy. You want to hold your finger like a pencil. So this is the flat side. Go like this side, and you just make the line. Don't push down too hard in the paper. Now you're going to push down with this brush. The watercolor is already on the brush. You start here on the outer edge. You push down and up and pull it in. You see that? Close up. Down, up, pull it in like that. Down, up, pull it in. Down, up, and pull it in. You know, just experiment with it. I mean, I always tell everybody, like, oh, I can't do this. Yes, you can. Just practice. And then because nature isn't flat like this, you can go in and take that onyx color, some more of the green, make it really dark green. Add a little water to it. And get in there at the ends of it. Sometimes it flows into it if it's still wet. Sometimes you have to push it into it. Gives it more dimension. And you can go over it in here. Add some of your color back in here. But you get the idea. Down and up again. And I'm using this. So that's that brush. It's a great brush. I use this a lot in my videos. It's fun. Onto this little teeny oval one, the Princeton one. So I'm going to grab some more Dr. Martin's. I want to make it more aqua. Less green, more blue-green. Okay. Same premise. The line first on the side. Because it's smaller and not as pointy, the leaves will be not as pointy. See how cute that is? And once again, make some color, and you can go back to the end part and add a darker shade in towards the stem to make it a little seem more natural. If you try and make lines in it now, you know, the leaves have lines in them, it might just bleed through. It might not. But experiment with like how wet the leaves are, and you can add, so you can still use the same brush and just put it on its side and add little lines. Play around with it. Play around with it some more. And these kind of be long stroke leaves. Like that. Do some more up here. So same premise, instead of just short to the stem, you do a long skinny stroke. Push down, pull back. Push down, pull back. Push down, pull back. Then you have these fun lines like that. You can see that. I'll put that back up. Oh, excuse me. There. Now this is the same brush type situation, except that it's bigger. So you're going to have a bigger leaf. I wanted a bigger oval leaf. Mix the color that you want. So again, you're on that side. The stem's a little bit bigger because this one's been used a lot. But down, pull back. Down, pull back. Now I need more ink, paint on that brush. Down, pull back. Push down and pull it up. Down and pull it up. Said practice makes perfect. You might not get this in the first try. You might take a few times. So I suggest that you get some paper that's not too expensive and experiment on that for a while until you get good at it, and then you can get the real expensive like Arches series cotton paper. This Strathmore paper, or even the Canson paper, is pretty cheap. You can get it at Walmart has Canson paper really cheap. Michael's and sales. So you add in the dark at the end, just to give it a little more dimension on the edge. Now, with these long round brushes, well, you just make the shape of any kind of leaf. Let's add more yellow and dark brown. And these are just simple. You can go pull it in, pull it out. Just pushing down and pulling back. Pushing down and pulling back. Leave a little white highlight. And you can add a little darkness on the edge if the leaves that you're trying to create have those sharp edges. And you pull the stem down. If we're getting closer, you can see this leaf over here. We'll try another one. Same thing, premise, push down and pull up. Push down, pull up, put the stem in. You can leave it like this if you want to add the little spiky edges. Add the little spiky edges and mix the color towards the middle of the leaf, so you don't have this weird spiky edge with inconsistent color. And again, once those dry, you could add in, see this one has this weird halo, you want to fix that, you want to blend it back in. Once those dry, you can add the lines or the leaves back in. Pull this back out. Excuse me. There we go. And then, put your leaves like grass. They're very simple. This brush is great because it's got a pointy tip. This is the long round brush. I will put all the listings of the brushes on the description. So grass. You start in the bottom, you want to wisp up. Down, wisp up. Down, wisp up. See how I'm just pulling up the brush. It's fun and easy to do. And make some more leaves. Again, the long brush, make the skinny stem. And you can add the same premise of those small leaves, but just tiny ones. Make sure they're away from the stem part. Now if you can see this, I'll pull it in closer. And down. There we go. See the little leaves, put the little halo in there. Some have it, some don't. My brush is loaded with watercolor, so the consistency might not be what you want. And look at that little cute stem. And then you can experiment with this and make it into a wreath image if you like. Again, here's the aqua green. This skinny leaf. And just pull down the stem part. Push it on one side. You can leave it like that, or you can do what I just did, pull it in that way. And you leave the white part as like a halo. And then you can add in on the ends, if it's still wet, darker color, just to give it more dimension. Now see, these are dry, so I can go back in if I wanted to and add in the lines. You don't have to do that. If you want to make them have more of a personality. I mean, nature isn't perfect. Neither should be your painting. So here I'm going back in and adding the lines because it's dry. You put a line down the middle towards the stem. Lines connected to it. Give it a good spacing. You don't want it too close. And do this. Obviously it's a darker shade. Like I said, you experiment with the colors that you have. So that changed that whole look of the leaf just by adding in the lines. You didn't have to put them in, but if you wanted to put them in, it would change the look. Now I feel like the spike ones require it, just because it would make sense why they're so spiky. Now I don't paint photorealistic, so I can make leaves any way I want. And it's kind of fun that way. So here I'll add some more aqua leaves up here. Leaves and stems. Again, push down. I can do the same thing with the long brush. If you don't have the oval brush, you can do the same technique. Push down, pull up. Push down, pull up. And you can almost get the same effect, if you can't afford to have all these different types of brushes at the moment. But they're good to have. And look at that, just by creating a whole entire page excuse me, of leaves, it's kind of a nice print. Make things go this way. I mean, it's just pretty just to have a picture of leaves.